Hello to all my viewers out there. Welcome to the Health is Wealth channel with yours truly, Bull. Yeah, so today I had it on my heart to expound upon the importance of getting those grades in order as a student athlete. Notice that the word student comes first. If you are starting from Little League, if you are playing middle school ball, if you are playing sports in high school, if you are a college athlete, before we even get to college, it is essential that you take care of those books as soon as possible. The sooner the better, because keeping your grades in order is habitual. It's a habit. And the earlier you instill that within yourself, the easier it will be to continuously do that on a cycle, year after year. Just like the real world in business, you have to be in compliance. So we all know NCAA, just to meet the educational requirement like SAT, ACT, all that, just to go to college. You gotta meet all that just to go to college. As you climb the pecking order, starting with middle school, at least when I was in middle school, you had to have a certain GPA to be able to play ball. As they say, no matter how good you were, that's dependent on where you went, And I've had the pleasure of going to multiple schools, some in predominantly black areas, some in predominantly white areas, and that rule is skewed depending upon which side of the fence you on, but not really, because I've seen exceptions on both sides now that I really think about it. But yeah, it's important to not even be in that circumstance, period. Why be bare minimum and average when you could be extraordinary, and unique? That is what raises your value, and your coaches peep that. The fans peep that. We all want to be in a space where we're valued for what we bring to the table. You've put all this time and energy into mastering this craft. Why not be valued for it, right? And I've seen some phenomenal players that from Little League all the way, up there. Phenomenal players that could not get their books right. Whether they temporarily made it even to college, they couldn't sustain themselves in that realm of things. You can only fake it for so long. Being a professional athlete is not just about talent, I promise you. The higher you go, the more that is and will be required of you. And the more you're not able to produce what is the standard at those levels, the more you start to be pushed off to the side, similar to artists and their label, when their label not really rocking with them, and they just, put them to the side and quiet them out, and they're forgotten, And my channel is not about being average or mediocre. We want to be extraordinary. We want to be excellent. You feel me? We want to be wealthy in every sense of the way, And to be wealthy, you have to add value to yourself. And real value is intrinsic. It has nothing to do with what you wear. It has some to do with what you say, a little bit. But what can you produce? You feel me? But yeah. So those habitual habits of getting your books, studying, can attribute to your performance on the field as well. My game changed tremendously Once I truly started studying the game. Before, I was just operating off of God-given ability, until those around me elevated me by being on my back, telling me how mediocre I was by being satisfied with the bare minimum, just having God-given talent, And the higher you go, the less your God-given talent gonna matter, because it's a lot of extraordinary people out there, and you need to instill different things to be able to separate yourself. You feel me? And you have to stretch yourself to be able to find what your niche is. That will be uniquely what you bring to the table. You feel me? But yes, get your books. Start early. I did pretty well with grades in school. I graduated at the top of my class, from the Kent State University out in Northeast Ohio. Salute. And I had good grades in high school. I had pretty good grades in middle school. Definitely great grades in elementary. But there were times, it's not easy. I'm not saying it will never be easy, and there's times where I struggled to get grades, especially when I switched schools. When you cross that little red line that they talk about, yeah, to go from, how can I put it? One grouping of individuals to another, and the standards being completely different, and being thrown into that, and being forced to, elevate yourself, being in a space you've never been in before. I've done that both in football, in education, and in everyday life. And there's one constant in life, and that is adversity and shifts in which you have to adapt and evolve and be greater. And education can help you master those aspects as well. And we learn through practice. Practice make perfect. So don't let any temporary failure deter you or make you want to quit. Because if you stay true on this journey, I had some amazing experiences throughout my life. I'm a businessman now. And what I've got to do in life as it relates to that, as far as football, and the type of life it allowed me to live, and the things it allowed me to experience, the sacrifice was worth it in the end. You feel me? So them times where you feeling down, those times where you tired, you don't feel like studying, you don't feel like doing your homework, you don't feel like doing that project, remember that at the end of the rainbow is a pot of gold, and that pot of gold is fat. And it's filled with experiences that the regular average person will never get to experience and can never have. And it can fuel your expectation for the future like it continues to fuel myself. And I'll leave it there. Get them books, get them books, get them books. Thank you for joining Health is Wealth with Bull. Peace out.